Kia ora e te whānau. Welcome back to Multi-Millionaire. I am so excited for today's YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about how I have already made $153,000 so far in 2026. It is June the 18th today, and I literally have no notes here because I am in my hotel. I'm about to check out because I've got a speaking event shortly. And I was just sitting here thinking about how crazy that is. Because I remember when I would do my monthly tracker and it was $1,000 I had made in a month. Like, I still remember that. I still remember when it was like $1,500. And the thing is that back when it was $1,500, $1,000, I would manually put it into a spreadsheet and I would say out loud, thank you for every single dollar that came my way. And the reason why I did that was because, well, firstly, I'm grateful. But the second reason is because when you focus on what you already have, you start to attract more of what you want because you're looking at what you already have. But when you focus on what you don't have, then that's what compounds because you're seeing everything through the lens of, I don't have this. So if you, for example, make $1,000, you're like, well, I want 10. You're not going to get to 10 because you're not even being grateful for the one. So actually shifting your mindset, no matter what income you're at, to go, I'm so grateful for whatever I make now, because when you do that, you're going to start growing that. Now, that's one part of it. Gratitude is so important, but obviously it's not just gratitude. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do that just by saying, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's not how it works. There are so many different things that have helped or contributed to this. And as I said, I have no notes here, so I don't even know what I wanted to focus today's episode on. But I know that I just wanted to push out some content today and share this with you guys because I know there's so many of you guys who are striving to increase your income and to work for yourself and to live the life that you really want to. And I guess I just wanted to give you guys a sign, give you some hope that if that's what you're dreaming about, that it's so possible. Because there was a time where I didn't really know if it was possible. Actually, this is something I was thinking about last night when I was falling asleep. I was thinking about how I set some goals yesterday for what I wanted to achieve in this next chapter of life. And, you know, one of them was increasing my income again and being able to make more money. And the number that I put down, I could literally think of people in my real life, friends I have, who have made that amount of money. And the thing about that is, I remember back when I first started, I'd write a number down and it would go, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if that's possible. And there was this ounce of, actually a strong amount of disbelief that it was possible. But now that I literally know people who have done it, I didn't feel that. I literally didn't feel that. I wrote the number down. I was like, yeah, I can do that. I know this person who did it. I know this person who did it. They can do it, then I can do it. And that's why I think it's so important to follow people who expand your mindset and to expand what you believe is possible. And that's why I'm also so transparent about how much money I make. Because not enough people do that. And the issue with that, and I think actually, going back a little bit, specifically in Māori and Pacific communities, money is so taboo, and because a lot of our communities are struggling with money, people who are making money often don't want to talk about how much money they're making because there's so many people that are struggling. But my mindset is that if I can show people that if I'm a 22-year-old, no degree, I wasn't born rich, you know, if I could do this and if I can show this on social media, then I can show other people that it's also possible for them. And so it's not to be cocky, but it's to show you that it's possible. Because when you realize that it's possible for someone else, and especially if they are the same race as you, if they've had the same upbringing as you, if they've come from the same town as you maybe, if they've come from a similar environment to you, that is called an expander. And I've had so many expanders in my life, people who I followed on social media who were so successful. I didn't even know the people. I never met the people in my life, but simply by following them and watching their success, it rewired my mind to show me that if it's possible for them, it's also possible for me. And so what I really want everyone who's listening to this to do is to gain clarity over what your next step is. What do you want to achieve? Everybody that is manifesting something new, or a lot of people who are trying to manifest a new reality, they don't have clarity and they wonder why it doesn't work. If you don't know what you're trying to build, you're not going to get there. You need to have clarity. One of my goals a while ago was, I wanted to hit 10K consistent months. And I had clarity over what I wanted. It was exactly that. And this year, I've got clarity over what I want. Like, my goal is to make 400K this year. And we're almost halfway, and I've made 150K. And I know that, like, it's so possible and that I can so get there. And most people, if they saw that, they'd be like, well, you're almost halfway and you haven't reached half of it yet, so maybe it's not. But that's not how manifesting works. It's not linear. It doesn't go, oh, you want to make that much, you're going to make it consistently every single month. I know I've put this intention out into the universe, and I know that it's going to happen for me because I believe in myself, and I believe in manifesting, and I believe in quantum leaps, and I believe in the power of the mind. I'm actually reading this book at the moment. It's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joey Dispenza, and absolutely love it, would very much recommend. But I know it's possible. I just need to do what I know I need to do and believe and everything like that. And one of the things that gets people caught out is that they overanalyze the how. So they have the clarity of the what they want, and then they're like, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to do X, Y, Z. I need to do this. I need to do that. The money's going to come from this place and this place and this place, and exactly da 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 da. That's not how manifesting works. You don't have. There's this saying, I can't remember where I heard it. Something like, you make plans and God laughs at you, or something like that. And I don't mean to be, religious in here, but what I'm trying to say is that the universe will, when your body and your mind are in full alignment, the universe matches that frequency, and it will happen. I know this is like pretty woo-woo because I don't really talk about this stuff on my podcast much, but I really want to, because this is the stuff that's really helped me. But you don't have to figure out the how. You just have to gain clarity of the what, and then you have to be the person who would do that. So at the start of this year, I was like, what is the version of me making 400K? What does she do? How does she spend her time? How does she think? How does she operate? What kind of support does she have? I knew that if I was making that amount of money, I definitely needed support. I've needed support in my business for a long time, like as in hiring admin and things like that. But I always avoided it because a lot of reasons. But this year I was like, get over yourself, you need to hire someone. And so I did. And immediately it felt like this weight was lifted off my shoulders because someone was finally there to help me in my business, something that I had been carrying alone for so long, all the admin, all the everything. And as soon as I hired someone, it lifted my frequency. And then I started being able to see more opportunities because I wasn't worrying about answering emails all the time. And so that's what I mean by becoming the person. I didn't know exactly how I was going to make the money, but I knew who I needed to be. You only need clarity over what you're trying to achieve and who you need to be. You don't need clarity of the how, because the how always figures itself out. That's a masculine thing, to be overly analytical of like, I'm going to make X amount from da-da-da and X amount from, like, the universe will send you the signs or the ways of making the money as long as you are being who you need to be. So hiring support was one of the biggest things that I needed to do in my business so that I had the energetic capacity to see more opportunities, to focus my energy and my attention on money-making activities, not on answering emails. And so that's a big part of it. The other part was like my mindset. I spent about almost 3 months literally in bed, grieving my nan, bed rotting my life away. Even on January the 1st this year, I didn't even care. I was like, New Year's Day, I don't give a crap. And I had this epiphany when I was in bed, and I believe my nan was talking to me, and she told me that she wanted me to get up, and she wanted me to get out. She wanted me to live my life. She didn't want me to sob my life away in bed, and that I needed to just get up. I miss my nan. She wanted me to get up, and I did. And this is part of the process, is trusting the signals, trusting your intuition, trusting the signs, trusting the universe, trusting your tipuna, because they have the answers that you don't. And too many people, it's actually a little bit cocky if you think that as a human, you have all the answers to all of this stuff, right? We don't. And I think that accepting that is part of the journey, and realizing that you don't have the answers. You don't need the answers, because the answers will find you. Whatever you are manifesting is manifesting you. You've got to detach. That's what it is. It's about detachment. You've got to detach from the outcome. So if you want to make $10,000 a month, okay, it's done. Detach from it. You don't need to think about it all the time. Oh, I need to do this, and I need to do that, and I need to do, because that frequency is not the frequency of trust that is going to happen, right? Now, I don't mean you don't need to work. You don't need to put effort in. You don't need to try. You do. But you need to trust that it's manifesting for you. You don't need to worry, is what I'm saying. You don't need to have anxiety over whether you're going to achieve it or not. You just need to trust and believe, full body, mind and body and wairua alignment, that it is already on its way. That's one of the biggest things that really helped me was believing that my goals are already on its way. Like when I said I want to make 400K this year, I already know it's mine. I already know it's on its way. I don't need to worry about it. I don't need to stress about it. And I think that's why I'm so okay with sharing these things, because a lot of people don't share their goals because they get scared that if they share them and they don't achieve them, that people will judge them. I don't care. I really don't care. Because I trust myself. I believe in myself. I know that everything happens for a reason, and I know that I'm going to achieve my goal. And even if I don't, who cares? You know? But I know I will. maybe at the end of the year, someone will clip this and go, no. But overall, I just wanted to leave a message here and let you know that whatever you are manifesting is manifesting you too. Trust in the process. Believe in yourself. Have faith. Have hope. Know that it's possible. Pick this book up if you haven't already. Really good book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and it really talks about the mindset and things like that. But I'm just so grateful to be sitting here almost at the middle of the year. $153,000, 535. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say that. This is the second time I butchered it. $153,535. That blows me away, because like that kind of money isn't something that is normal in the worlds that I've been in. And I just really wish that more of our people knew that they could achieve anything they set their mind to. Absolutely anything. I don't care what it is, you can do it. And I actually remember when I was a kid, I used to tell people I wanted to be in business, and people would tell me to be realistic. If you need someone to hype you up, you comment down below and I will hype you up, because I don't believe in that. There is no such thing as realistic. It's like, that's a projection, because they don't believe it's realistic for themselves. So if you want to achieve something, gain clarity of what you want to achieve and who you need to be. And actually, a little thing for you, I want you to comment down below what you are going to achieve. Who are you going to be? Just comment what you want to achieve, because this is going to be really powerful, because it's going to be dated. It's going to be in the comments. You can come back to it later and go, I did it. And I'm going to be like, I'm so proud of you because you did it. So yeah, that's me for today, Te Whānau. Hope you guys have an awesome day. And yeah, go make some money. Ka kite.